Hi there and welcome back. My name is Ayla. I am a life and success coach, and in this video I want to talk to you about how you can break persistent habits. So habits are learned. They are a choice that we choose over and over again, and over time what happens is that we no longer need to give it conscious thought. We simply do it automatically. So it becomes subconscious over time. What ends up happening is that we start believing, because it's no longer conscious, that we have absolutely no power over it, that these habits are something greater than ourselves, and that we simply can't change. But this couldn't be farther away from the truth. You definitely can change even the most persistent habit. So first, what we really need to understand is the mechanism of choice. Why do we choose what we choose? All of us, with no exception, we always choose what we truly believe is going to benefit us, and we avoid and we move away from what we believe is going to harm us, cause us pain in any shape or form. So what does this have to do with perpetuating persistent habits? If you are not able to change a habit, or if you just keep repeating the same habit over and over again, there can only be two reasons why this is happening. The first reason is because it is subconscious. You're unaware of that habit. And the second reason is that you believe in some shape or form that this is somehow benefiting you. And this is the tricky part, but it's also where the key to changing that persisting habit really lies. The good news is that once you identify a habit, once you become aware of it, it's no longer subconscious. So you immediately have the choice if you want to keep perpetuating it or not. However, what happens when you are aware of a habit, but you keep choosing to repeat that habit over and over again? So what happens in these cases is that you have a belief attached to that habit, attached to that action, whatever it is, that makes you think that you're benefiting from it. And it makes you probably also scared that if you drop it, or if you do something else, or if you change it, it's gonna cause you pain, or you're gonna be unprotected in some shape or form. The key then to changing a persisting habit is exactly here, is for you to find that attachment that you have in your belief systems to that habit that keeps making you choose it over and over and over again. This is why it really appears like you have no choice. It really appears like you cannot change. But once you find this attachment, once you find this belief, then you will be able to, and you will be free to make a new choice at every present moment. So in order to do this, I want you to ask yourself, what would I have to believe will happen if I no longer do this, if I break this habit? And also ask yourself, what would I have to believe that will happen or could happen if I keep on with this habit? Once you have those answers, and be really honest with yourself when you write those answers, then you can ask yourself, in what way could this habit, in what way do I believe that this habit could be benefiting me? If you're really honest with yourself and you really write those things down, you're going to become very rapidly aware of the belief, of the attachment that you have to that habit. I'm going to give you an example to make this easier. So let's say that you have the habit of staying in bed for a long time after your alarm goes off, but you want to change that because you want to start going to the gym and exercising every morning. So the first step is recognizing what that habit is. And this happens usually very fast and very easily. So you recognize that the habit that you have, that you want to change, is that you stay in bed for a long time even after your alarm goes off. This is making your habit conscious. So now you have a choice. Then the second step is, well, if you now have a choice and you recognize, you think that you want to change it, you want to change that habit, why do you keep perpetuating it? Why do you keep staying in bed long after your alarm went off? And why does it seem to you like it's so hard to change it? So in this step, you would ask yourself, what would I have to believe that will happen if I change this, if I change this habit? In this case, what would I have to believe would happen if I start getting up early for me not to want to do it? An answer for this could be, for example, that you believe you're going to be tired for the rest of the day, but you have so much work to do and you have so much studying to do that you really can't afford that. You really can't afford to be tired for the rest of the day. So now that you've found that belief that is attached to that habit, that's like kind of like the glue that keeps you glued to that habit of staying in bed longer than you would want to, now you have the power to change it. You can recognize that belief and you can change that belief. And just like that, that glue that keeps you within that habit is going to dissolve and you're going to be truly free to choose something different. And how do you replace a habit? Well, in this case, let's just keep this example, find evidence as to why it's not necessarily true that you will be tired if you wake up earlier. Maybe look at other people's examples. Maybe look at how so many successful people get up so early and they are so productive. Just keep looking for evidence that is contrary to the belief that you currently have that you want to change. Just decide on the belief that you want to have. Decide that you want to feel energized and ready for the day, even when you jump out of bed fast. And also start finding evidence to support that belief. The main thing is that once you identify the belief and you can see that it's just a perspective. You can see that there's a lot of evidence for it not going that way also. So it's just your own perspective, it's your own opinion. This is the key. This is the way to really set yourself free from any persistent habit, is finding that attachment and then making a conscious choice to replace it. Because as soon as you find that belief and you see that it's not truth with a capital T, that it doesn't necessarily make sense, and that it's not benefiting you, then it is easy for you to just drop that belief and adopt the new one that you actually prefer and that is actually going to serve you in achieving your goals. I hope you really enjoyed this video about how to break persistent habits. It definitely works so well for me and in all of our clients, and I am sure that it's going to work wonders for you as well. See you in the next video.